I've been talking a lot about motivation as of lately. And the reason why I've been talking about motivation is because there is enough people. There has been enough people online talking about the importance of discipline, why discipline is essential. And I'm not here to knock discipline. Absolutely. Discipline is like the foundation for a good, solid life. Discipline equals freedom. A quote from Jocko Willink. And I absolutely and utterly agree with it. And I 100% believe in it. But the truth of the matter is, too many of you have suffered from such a severe lack of motivation that you've never even got the ball rolling in order to be disciplined. That's the problem. The problem is you guys haven't even gotten the ball rolling to where you should be worrying about discipline. All right, we need to worry about why can't you start to begin with. We need to worry about what's going on, what's wrong with you. All right, why do you say that you want to be in better shape? Why do you say that you want to make $1 million a year or $10,000 a month? Why do you say you want this and yet nothing has changed? What is going on? All right, what is like really? We need to sit down. We need to understand it. And this is what I've been dedicating myself to the past few days. I'll be dedicating myself to this for a very, very, very long time. What is standing ahead of you? What is it? And the truth is, this video may relate to a lot of you, but it won't relate to all of you. At the end of the day, you really need to sit down and you need to analyze this yourself. All right, there's a good chance that if you're watching this, you want to make more money and you want to make it online. All right, I think most of you want to start your own business, and I think most of you want to start you want the money to come in your hands. All right, you want the money to be from you, produced from you, not just being at a job, working a job that you don't even like. You know, being in a place where you don't even care about the company. You're just there just for the money, just for the dollars. All right, I think most of you are tired of that. I think most of you are past that. And the truth is, this is the era where we don't have to do that anymore. All right, I have seen countless people. I have seen countless YouTubers, countless influencers make over 10,000, even close to 100,000 a month doing this, making YouTube, making content, whether it be on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. I've seen countless people, and it is very clear to me. I don't care what people say. The market's too saturated. The market, there's too many competition. Everybody wants to be in it. Shut the fuck up. All right, those excuses out the way. Out the way, because if you're truly as good as you say you are, if you're truly as good as you desire and as you see yourself as, you wouldn't even worry about saturation. You wouldn't even worry about. And another thing, that's just such. I hate to be vulgar, but that's just such a little dick way of thinking. Oh, there's too many people competing, so I don't stand a chance. That's literally what you sound like. There's too many people making money, so I can't do it. It's not for me. That's what you sound like. Is that what you want to be? Is that the identity that you desire? Is that who you are? Then get that shit out the way. What is really standing in the way? What is it? What is it? I'll give you some examples, and the more you sit down and the more you think about it, the more you'll realize that, yeah, these are probably it. There's a good chance that your life is already way too comfortable. Comfortable to the point where you don't see a point in changing. All right? You don't like the job, but you don't hate it to the point where you want to escape. You don't hate it to the point where you want to quit and start off your own business. You don't like it. There's certain people there that you can't really deal with. There's certain people that you don't like talking to. But there's also another group of people that are okay, that are nice to you. And so it makes you not hate the job, but not like it. To the point where you're just stuck in limbo. To the point where you're just like, that's cool. You know, I'll just stay along for the ride. And that is dangerous. Complacency and just feeling comfortable, and because you stagnate. And the truth is, people say when you stagnate, it's just stagnation. You're decreasing. You're regressing, whether you realize it or not, because time goes on, time is passing you by, and all that time that you could have spent going up, you're exactly where you were a couple months ago. You're exactly where you were last year. You're exactly where you were the year before that. So you're wasting time. You're losing time that you will never get back, remaining exactly where you are. So you're either growing or you're dying. So what is preventing you from growing? What is it? Another thing, some of you may not realize it, and some of you may argue with me in the comments. Video games. I don't know why I'm pointing there. I don't even have my Xbox isn't even there anymore. Video games, because video games are very dangerous. And I don't mean dangerous as in they'll make you go cause a mass shooting, or I don't think they affect you to that extent. I think that's blown out of proportion. But what they really do is they almost hijack your brain. It's almost like, I know this might sound crazy, but hypnosis. Because in the video game world, all of a sudden you're a man of status. All of a sudden you could be a dragon slayer. You can be this proud warrior, this proud knight. You could be prestige, and I actually never really played Call of Duty, but you could be top ranking in Call of Duty, or you could have status. But the truth is, once that console turns off, you're nobody. All that status goes away. All that prestige, all that honor, all of that just fades away. And it's why a lot of people retreat to these video games. It's why a lot of people retreat to playing Call of Duty, retreat to playing Fortnite, retreat to playing Grand Theft Auto. Because in that game, you actually feel like somebody. You can build yourself, in like Grand Theft Auto, you can literally build your character to make $1 million, $2 million. I'm pretty sure you could like go up to billions. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in a long time, but I know GTA Online, you can make you can be somebody who makes a ton of money, has all the cars in the world that you want. And you could do that in real life too. But it's so much easier. It's so much more satisfying to do it in the comforts of your own home. That when you play these games, you gotta understand. Yes, it feels good. Yes, your dopamine will rise up. And I'm not a scientist, so what I'm about to say may not be 100% accurate, but I'm gonna give you an overall like summary of what I heard from Dr. Huberman. These instant gratification activities, they raise your dopamine super high, right? Because they're instant. They're like boom, just like that. But because of that, what goes up must go down. So they go all the way down as a result. And as a result, your baseline for dopamine, your baseline for pleasure and feeling good decreases. So it might have been here, but I mean, I don't have a graph with me, but it might have been here before. But now, when you're constantly indulging in these instant gratification activities and it goes up and down, it actually lowers. Your baseline lowers to the point where it'll be at rock bottom to where nothing. You have no motivation to do anything. You want everything instant. You want everything to come to you just like that. It's why you suffer. It's why you struggle with It's why you struggle with going to the gym. It's why you struggle with sitting down and disciplining yourself to start a business. It's why you struggle with learning. It's why you struggle with becoming better, because you're literally. It's almost like you're mindless. You're just a mindless robot seeking pleasure, just constantly indulging in pleasure, constantly indulging to the point where nothing brings you happiness, or you're not motivated to do anything. You just want everything to come to you just like that. And the truth is, the world doesn't work like that. And that's what video games can do to you. All right, there are, obviously, I'm not talking about everybody. There are some people who can play it and be perfectly fine with it, but the truth is, these things are designed to be addicted. Like, do you think when they sat down and they developed Grand Theft Auto, do you think they sat down like, oh, let's make this game as boring as possible so that they will never want to play it? These things are literally designed by nature to make you addicted, to make you never want to put the controller down. That's why you struggle with motivation. You have to understand that this is almost like you're almost fighting an uphill battle. It wasn't just one man who sat down and developed Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't just one man who sat down and developed Fortnite. It's a group of developers who made this to be as addicting as possible so they can take all your time, and as a result, they get money in return. It's the same thing with social media. It's the same thing with Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube even. The group of developers, thousands, who have sat down and said, let's make this as addicting, as pleasing, as satisfying as possible so that our users will get on the app and never want to leave it. So the fact that you're even watching this, the fact that you can even bring yourself to acknowledge the enemy, and I don't mean as in, I'm not telling you to go box with Instagram. I'm not telling you to go send death threats to Mark Zuckerberg. But if you could just sit down and acknowledge that, yo, these things are standing ahead of me. This is what is standing ahead of me wanting to achieve my goals. This is what stands ahead of me wanting to have that dream physique, wanting to have that dream body, wanting to have that dream job, wanting to have this business where I don't have to worry about a boss telling me what to do ever again. This is what's standing ahead. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to time. Your time, especially if you're around the age of me, I'm only 21. Time is the most valuable asset we have. Money comes and goes. You can always make money back, but you can't buy time. And it's why these social media companies, it's why these video games, it's why corn, all that stuff is incredibly dangerous. Because at the end of the day, it's not taking away money from you. All right, all these things, well, except for video games, the social media and the corn, it's free. But what you're really paying for is your time. What you're really paying with is your time. And that is something that you will never, ever get back. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much money you make, you will never get back time. It's time you start valuing it more. And understand that you are fighting an uphill battle, all right? It is hard. These things are designed to keep you consuming. The world is literally set up to, I don't mean to get all conspiracy theorists and whatnot, but TV, video games, corn, social media, it's all designed so that we stay hooked and we never let go. So the ability to even acknowledge that you need to let go is already progress in and of itself. Now you have to actually do it. And once you do it, that fire in your heart, that burning fire, that passion that you've been that's been away for so long, it'll come back.